morning, good afternoon, good evening all. It's Bear here. And I'd like to welcome you to my YouTube channel, aboxwithnolid, a channel dedicated to learning about raising and creating awareness of, but also learning and developing ways to heal from complex trauma. Now in today's video, I want to try to introduce to you guys a way of viewing things that can just help you make sense. A technique or a way of interpreting things that can just help you make sense of everything that is going on. And, it's basically because we are a biological being and we are part of an ecology, it's learning to view things in an ecological way. When you look at the world through the eyes of, or the filter of interpreting things by understanding it as an ecology, we're more focused on looking at the theme rather than all the individual components. And with practice, you can instinctively pick up that theme very, very quickly. Now, this helps us in so many ways, especially when we're learning to heal and developing ways of working to heal from our traumatic past, because it allows us to gain a level of observable control of ourselves, of everything that's going on, that many of us have never experienced. And sure as hell, our trauma is taken away from us. It's like finally being aware that we can be in charge of the horse that we're riding, this life that we're in. And we can start to use it to shape things. Now, in the beginning, with learning to view things as an ecology, a simple model is you have internal, external, you have your inner circle, your outer circle, you have your family, and you have your community. Now, your internal, obviously, is everything that goes on internally, your physiology, but also your emotions, your senses, and your general view of self and well-being. Your external relates to the person that you show the world and all the filters and perceptions and interpretations you have tied up in that. Your inner circle is that first circle of people and things around you, your immediate home environment. Your outer circle is when you walk outside your front door, and everything when you're starting to relate to the world. Your family is that group of either biological family or your close circle of friends. And your community is the society at large that's immediately around you. And yes, you can go further out into state and nation and world and so forth. But using these as a guide, it might be handy to write them down and just to create a little mind map of all of these different, layers of expansion, because it helps you identify the beast. It helps you learn the theme that your trauma plays in your life. And when you understand the theme, it's part of that garden that is you. And you have other components you can put into that garden that can appease the demands of your threat response. But you can also have things placed in your garden, that ecology of self, that can slowly chip away at healing your threat response. You can also, it allows you to bring things in, new awareness, new understandings, and new components, and understand how they interact and all the different interplays between everything in your life. I know this sounds a little out there or a little complicated at first, but it is our natural way of thinking. We are biologically designed to assess the world this way. It is our society that has separated us from it. And by going back to this more natural way of viewing things, allows us to work within our ecologies, because we understand them. We understand the many themes that play in our life, in our interactions in the world around us. And it is, as I said, an extremely useful tool in our healing. Now, I can go into numerous layers of depth with this, but in this video I won't. I want to keep this as simple as I can for all you guys. So, take some time and just look at everything that's around you. The space you're sitting in right now. See how everything interacts, how everything fits together in the organized chaos that it is. Start to get a sense of the theme that it is telling you. Start to get a feel for what is there. And start to take the time to realize the level of skill that you have at interpreting ecologies. Any of us that have gone through trauma, we have one of the most highly developed skills of assessing our ecology. And we need to realize that and connect with that part of ourselves, because that's the part we're going to have to spend a lot of time working with to heal. So, as always, be kind and gentle. Take the time to learn this stuff. Take the time to do any research you need to understand this stuff. You know, I welcome your questions. I welcome your comments. And I really hope that by you taking this time, you gain the benefit that is my intent for making these videos. So, I'll see you next time.